So this was me almost 20 years ago, technically 19 years ago. This was me in Romania when I was on my first trip over there. I was in a small village and I was eating with some friends. Obviously, I was a few pounds lighter then and a lot younger. But one thing that's interesting about it that really just, as I look through some of those photos once in a while, I noticed back then that I smiled more. And you know, as we go through life, we will go through times of great victory where we're on the mountaintop, and other times when we are in the valley. And I think the thing that I want to convey this morning in this video blog is that opportunities in our lives should always be seized, and that they should always be taken advantage of whenever possible. Life is a journey, it's also a destination. We've talked about that very point. But my word for this morning to myself and to all of you is to not let life play a trick on you, because it can play a trick on all of us. And even though we can't always spend every single moment on the mountaintop, otherwise what would life be like then if there were never any valleys? You wouldn't appreciate the mountain, But I think that we truly need to come to the place in our lives where we are not going to be afraid to make decisions, to affect change, to do something different. And so maybe today there are things that you want to do. There are goals that you want to reach that you haven't even started yet. See, it's okay to be in the process, but you at least need to get the door open. Sometimes we don't even open the door to what it is that we want to go through. And we need to think about that. Are you in a place of transition, or are you in a place of stagnation? Those are two very different points. I mean, you can be traveling somewhere and you can be in a time where you are transiting or in transition, maybe at a particular point along the way, maybe an airport, whatever. But you got to at least start the journey, because the journey is the best part of it. And so I would hope and I would pray that the things that you're doing are helping to propel you to that place. But you have to make the decision. Otherwise, we walk around in life aimlessly. And so I have had to take a personal time of reflection in my own life to say, okay, what is it that will drive me, that will motivate me to do something to get me out of my comfort zone? You see, that photo that I showed you way back then, I was really out of my comfort zone. But yet you could see me smiling, beaming from ear to ear, because I was doing something that I had never done before. And it took courage, it took boldness, because up until that point, there was a lot of hesitation. Should I go? Should I not go? And I think that applies to every area of your life. What is it that you want to do, or you're thinking about doing, but you're afraid, or you're intimidated, or you feel like that you do not have what it takes? Well, look, you don't have to get there immediately, but you at least need to open the door. You at least need to step through and see where it will take you. And that could be on any particular issue. I don't care if it's a relationship, a job, a new place to live, maybe a different church. I mean, it could be anything. But getting into the place of transition rather than stagnation, I believe, is so key. This is what I am currently working on in my life. And this is one of the reasons why I believe that steamit.com is an important, can be an important tool to help propel us to a point of transition and ultimately a point of destination and destiny within our lives. Because so much of the time, the things that you want to do or the life that you want to live requires financial resources. So let it work for you. So the big question as the takeaway here is this: whatever it is that you have in your heart that you want to do or achieve, you've got to at least open the door and walk through it. Transition is okay as you're getting there, but there's a big difference between transition and stagnation. And so much of the time we're in that stagnating point. So I just encourage you to keep on keeping on, keep on steaming, keep on believing, keep on hoping, because there is as I close here, there's a verse in the Bible that I have always found to be very encouraging and eye-opening. It comes from the King James Version Bible, which is open domain and public domain, and it says this. It says that hope deferred makes the heart grow sick, but a longing fulfilled is a tree of life. So let's not defer our hope. Let's have our longings. Let's come to the place to where our longings can be fulfilled and experience that life that comes from it. But you got to take the first step from stagnation to transition to your ultimate goal and destiny. So I hope that this video blog has been an encouragement to you as much as it is to me many times. If my content encourages you, if it inspires you and motivates you, then feel free to upvote, resteam, comment below, and don't forget you can follow me at Breaking Tonight.